Good afternoon, my silly monkeys. Happy Tuesday. Very good. Today is Tuesday. And are you ready for our IPC class? As always, let's begin with the date. What day is today? Today is Tuesday. Very good. Tuesday. Tuesday, March. January, February, March. Very good. Tuesday, March what? 31. Very good. Tuesday, March 31st. And what year is it? 2020. Very good. Let's review our date. Today is Tuesday, March 31st. It's the last day of March. 31st, 2020. And what week is this? This is the Music Week. Music. Today, we're going to learn about African drums. Where is Africa? We will learn. Are you ready? Let's go.
So, my loves, as I've said, today we are going to learn about African drums. Go ahead, try that. African drums. One more time, African drums. Where is Africa? Do you know? Well, these drums come from Africa, and we will learn more about Africa today. As always, please have your pencil, your eraser, and your worksheet or notebook. Are you ready? Okay. Let's go over what our goals are for today. Our goals are to practice the vocabulary in sentences from this week. Our word is African drums. African drums. I can play a beat. I can play a beat. I know about African drums. I know about African drums. Okay, everyone, so let's begin. The first question that Miss Liz has is, what do you know about Africa? If you look at this map, can you find Africa? Where is Africa? There it is. There is Africa. My loves, my question is, what language do you think they speak? Do you think they speak English? Do you think they speak Chinese? Today, we will learn about the languages they speak too. And what type of music is played there? What type of music do you think is played there? Okay. Do you think it is rock? Do you think they have lots of drums? Well, let's find out, okay? Let's go and see. So if you look, here are all of these are pictures of Africa. Africa is something that's called a continent. If we look at this picture here, Miss Liz will use this one, is the continent of Africa. If you look at this picture up here, you see all of the countries. Africa is one continent that has 54 countries on it. Kind of like China is one country of Asia. So in Asia, we have China, Japan, Thailand, Korea. But China is one country, where in Africa there are 54 countries. In Africa, there are 1,500 languages. There are many, many, many languages spoken. In China has about 311, but everyone speaks Mandarin. The USA only speaks English. USA is 1, China 311, but in Africa 1,500. So many. It is so different. There are many different types of music. Here are some pictures of Africa. Would you like to visit Africa? This one is called a very special waterfall. It's very beautiful. This one is in Egypt. Silly Miss Liz. This one up here is in Egypt. This one is Cape Town. And this one is Johannesburg. All different places in Africa. Let's watch a video about Africa. Okay, let's go. So, my loves, all of those places are in Africa. Is Africa very different? Yes, it's very, very different. We saw mountains, we saw oceans, we saw very beautiful things, right? So let's now learn about some African drums. Oh, silly Miss Liz. Before we learn about the music of Africa, we're going to talk to Miss Pume. We're going to ask her, where are you from? How many languages are spoken in South Africa? What languages do you speak? What is your favorite thing about South Africa? And do you play the drums? This, if you don't know, this is Miss Pume. So let's watch a video with Miss Pume.
Hello, students. So today we are here with Miss Pume.
Hey!
Miss Pume is from Africa. So we are going to ask her some questions about Africa. Are you ready? Okay. Miss Pume, where in Africa are you from?
I am from South Africa.
That is so cool. Is it at the bottom or top?
It is at the bottom of Africa.
Wow. Miss Pume, how many languages are spoken in South Africa?
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 official languages in South Africa.
Oh my goodness. Can you think of 11 languages? That's so many. Okay, Miss Pume, what languages do you speak?
Okay, I speak 2 languages. From the 11, I speak 2, but I can understand 5. Okay, so the 2 languages that I speak is, of course, English and isiZulu.
Can you try that? isiZulu. Very good. Oh, wow.
I can teach you one word, and that word is hello. So in isiZulu, we say sawubona. Do you want to try that, Miss Liz?
Sawubona.
Good.
Okay, you try. Ready? Sawubona. Very good, my loves. Okay. What is your favorite thing about Africa?
Oh, my favorite thing about Africa is music. I love the music in South Africa.
Wow, that's so good. We're learning about music this week, right? Okay, Miss Pume, our last question. Do you play the African drums?
Yes, of course. I play the African drum, and maybe one day I will play it for you.
Well, Miss Pume, thank you for coming to our class. It's been wonderful to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Bye!
So, my loves, did you like the video with Miss Pume? She wanted to help you learn more about Africa. And as Miss Pume said, she plays the African drums. But today, we're going to learn about the different types of African drums. So there are many different types of drums. If we look at the picture, we can see all the different types of African drums. We will learn about the log drums, the djembe. We will learn about 3 different types of drums. Okay, so there are many types. Each has a different use. Some are for when we are happy, and some are for when we are sad. Let's practice this sentence. I know about African drums. I know about African drums. Go ahead, one more time. I know about African drums. So now let's watch a video about two different types of African drums. Ready?
This is the difference between the conga and the djembe. If you look closely, you see the conga is a little taller, djembe this time is a little shorter. The tension on the skin is achieved by the pulling with these metal rods. The djembe is with a rope. Okay? The bass that comes out of this small bottom is played here. Your bass? My tone is played here.
My tone is right here.
My slap has an advance from the tone area to the slap area like this. More center.
So my slap don't go to center. My slap stay into the drum. So my slap is like this.
Wow, I hope everybody caught that. We're going to play a little bit for you to show you the color and sound of this wonderful instrument playing with another wonderful instrument, the conga and the djembe. Now you've heard the difference in sound, but there's really not that many differences, and you can appreciate the differences in both instruments, the conga and the djembe.
So they talked about two different African drums, the conga and the djembe. We're going to learn about the djembe first, okay? The djembe, and it's spelled D-J-E-M-B-E, it can be very big or very small. It's always made out of wood and string. It comes from the west side of Africa. Let's try practicing this sentence right here. I know about African drums. I know about African drums. Let's watch a video about the djembe. Ready? Let's go.
Today we want to give you an overview of the djembe. The djembe is a very popular drum from Africa. It has a goat skin on the top. It's made out of a big piece of wood, one solid piece of wood, and it has rope to keep it tight and to control the tuning. It has three sounds: bass, tone, slap, which is low, medium, high. And in the djembe music, one person plays accompaniment, a repetitive pattern, and one person plays the solo. But first, Bemba's going to tell us more about why people play djembe.
Yeah, people play djembe for the celebration, for the happy dance, for the wedding, for coming together. So the djembe is come from Guinea, Mali, Ivory Coast, and Burkina Faso. So that's the country mostly they play djembe. So sometimes people they play djembe just people to come together because it's a different traditional and contemporary. People in the village they keep the traditional play the djembe to come together.
Let's play some.
So before we continue on, the man said that they play the djembe for happy reasons, right? And one man plays the beats and the bum, 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 bum. and the other man plays the rhythm. Let's watch them play.
Makes people
Very good. So now that's the djembe sound. So the man was showing us the man in black was playing the beat dun 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 dun, and the man in green was playing the rhythm. Any song. Let's go on to our next instrument. But can you say this one first? Djembe. Try it. Djembe. So now this one is called the dun dun. It comes from Mali. What is this made out of? Look at this picture. What do you think it's made from? It's made from wood and strings. Very good, the dun dun. So these are actually 3 drums together, kind of like the Chinese pai gao, pai guo. You'll see later. Let's try our sentence one more time. I know about African drums. Go ahead. I know about African drums. Very good. Let's watch a video about the dun dun. Okay? Dun dun.
This is an overview of the dun dun.
Dun dun.
The dun dun family, there's 3 drums. They come from Guinea, West Africa, and they're made of white wood, which is called melina wood, cow skin, rope. Sometimes you can have rings to hold the skin, and sometimes they just sew it on. And then we have a bell, and each person has 1 stick and 1 bell.
So the big one, that's what we call a dundu. The middle one I have it, we call the sangba. And the next to me, that's a kenkeni. So this instrument, they play for the celebration, for happy, for the hunter, for the wedding. They play many different locations to play with this instrument. So they come from a Malinke ethnic group. So this is how we play.
That's an overview for the dun dun, songba, and kenkeni.
So that video was about the dun dun, right? And how cool was that? That was also for a happy day. They play that when they're happy. So now let's go on to our last African drum we're going to learn about. It's It's called the log drum. So the log drum comes from West Africa. It's made out of wood. It's made from wood. And we can see here there are big holes in it, right? 1, 2, 3. Wow, it is made from wood. Try it. It's made from wood. Let's practice this sentence. I know about African drums. Go ahead. I know about African drums. One more time. I know about African drums. Let's watch a video on African drums.
This is an overview of the log drum, or sometimes called the crin. This instrument is played with...
Oh, yeah. Miss Liz made it a little bigger.
This is an overview of the log drum, or sometimes called the crin. This instrument is played with 3 people. Each person has their own. And this comes from the forest region of Guinea, West Africa, where Bemba's from.
Yeah, man.
This is made out of white wood that's called melina wood. And they're hollowed out by hand, and each slat is tuned to a different note. So mine sounds different than Bemba's, sounds different than Hassan's. See this one? Hey!
I'll get it. I'll keep practicing.
And each one has a different tone, and they fit together to make the melody. Just like any drums, congas or djembes or dunduns, there's a set of 3, and the music is made like that, and you usually have one soloist, which obviously is Bemba. You can hear these were made to be played outside as they carry a far, far distance. And this is the overview of the log drum.
Very good. So these were the log drums. They were very loud. Now let's see if you can play a beat. So first of all, please get out your pencils. With your pencil, we will hit our table to make a beat. Let's try it. Bum. I can play a beat. 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 How about you try? I can play a beat. Good. I can play a beat. Let's try something a little bit more difficult. 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can play a beat. Ready? 1, 2. Very good. Let's try. I can play a beat. I can play a beat. Very good. And now the last one. I know about African drums. I know about African drums. Let's watch a few minutes of a performance. Can you keep the beat with them? After that, we will review and say goodbye. Skip ahead. Yeah.
Now I'm doing now the first.
There's the log drum. Oh, that's a dun-dun. Here was the dun-dun and the djembe. Very good. So we saw the dun-dun and the djembe in that video. So cool. Let's review before we say goodbye. So let's see. Can you say these words? African drums. African drums. I know about African drums. I know about African drums. I can play a beat. I can play a beat. Very good, my loves. So that's the end of Tuesday. Let's do a quick goodbye.
Okay, my loves, it's time for me to say goodbye. Let's practice what we've learned today. I can play a beat with a pencil. I can play a beat. I can play a beat. Very good. And I know about African drums. I know about African drums. Now remember, I love you and to stay healthy. Bye-bye.